Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here, and I do hope you're having a great day. I've got a nice trumpet here, a little unusual for me. It is a Yamaha. I do a lot more with Strads and Olds at the time, but this was for sale locally. I hadn't tried one for a while, and I picked it up, and I am impressed. It is a Yamaha Xeno. I had an 8310Z a couple of years back, just a little bit tighter than I like. And then I had an 8335 LA just a few months back, a little more open blow than I like. And I don't know why, just hadn't run across a straight Xeno in a little bit, but closely resembles your Stradivarius 37 bell, I suppose. And so I picked this one up. I am very impressed. Now I'm going to play this with 8 mouthpieces. I'm going to use a Reeves, a Joseph Klier, a Austin Custom brass, a couple of Bachs. I've got a Mt Vernon 7C I'm really liking. And a straight 7, going to use a couple of GR mouthpieces towards the end, but I thought, why not try a lovely Yamaha Custom? I think these come with a lot of the Xenos. And I thought, well, you can't do better than what the manufacturers make, right? And this is a nice mouthpiece. This is the 11B. And just about a depth that I'm used to using. In fact, wonderful gold plating on the rim and cup, goes all the way, actually, if you can see that, through to the backbore, I believe. So a good piece, good piece. Nice trumpet, very impressive tone. I am impressed, and so we'll give it a shot. I think I'm going to play Give Me That Old Time Religion. Been doing that the last little bit. You get some long tones, you get a little bit of range, a little bit of improvisation if you need to, and it fits. I'll start, and then I'll lower the key when I do the lower pieces. Now, I usually talk just a little bit about each mouthpiece. People always seem curious. If you don't want to hear the talk about the mouthpieces, you can go right down to the comments, and on the first line, if I've got any horns for sale, I think I've got about 4 for sale. This will be the 5th one for sale. They will be on that first line. There's a link to trumpetherald.com. I think anything that I've got for sale will be available there. And if you go down below that, there's a bolded more towards the end. You go down to that, you'll be able to see all 8 mouthpieces. And at the very last, I will pull out one of my favorite Strads at the moment and compare it to the Xeno. So you get to see how the Xeno sounds with a plethora of different mouthpieces, from a commercial type to a very deep trumpet flugel sound. And you'll also get to see how it compares to its lead contender, the Stradivarius. Okay, starting off then with the Yamaha Custom 11B4 and a Xeno, and we'll play Give Me That Old Time Religion. Isn't that a good sound? Nice, full, rich sound. Great horn. Okay, we'll talk about it just a little bit. Strengths, weaknesses, this particular horn, usage, so on. But we're going to go now to a very deep mouthpiece. If you want to sound like a flugel, but you don't want to carry one with you, this is it. If you can see just how large that throat, that drill size, it's an 11. I think that's what they use for some tenor trombones. Very nice. Reeves 42B, Reeves C to J is this mouthpiece. And I'll lower it just a little bit, make it sound like we're in a low, nice range. Really, that is quite like a flugel tone. However, if you're in the same room, the flugel with its large flare and large throat, you get a lot more spread. So if you're in a huge hall, the flugel is going to be a little weak because it doesn't project as much. But if you're in an intimate surrounding or you're using a microphone, you really get a wonderful spread with the flugel. But the tone is actually quite similar to that. Now, one of my favorite mouthpieces for the cornet is Mark Curry's VC. Wonderful mouthpiece. If you've got a cornet and you like a nice, rich, deep cornet tone, it's hard to beat the vintage cornet mouthpiece. This is a trumpet flugel piece by, it's a Klier. I think it's Joseph Klier, if I remember correctly. Reminds me a lot of Mark Curry's VC for the cornet, except this is a trumpet flugel. A little bit more life to it than the Reeves C2J gives, which I think is about the darkest trumpet flugel I've had. The Klier gives a little bit more of a brassy sound, as does the next one still more. And we'll play that same number. I really do like that mouthpiece. Okay, now we're going to go to one that, one of my favorite mouthpieces. I've had it for years. When Trent Austin started selling his TATF, I got it. I remember him saying, if the director's giving you the hand, a little too much volume, he said this is a good option. Really, I think this would be a tremendous mouthpiece for a soloist. If you're playing in the meat of your range, probably a little challenging to use for a screech mouthpiece. But if you're playing in the meat of your range or with a small group, you want a nice, rich sound, great mouthpiece. He does consider it a trumpet flugel, and it is quite a deep V, but very manageable drill size, probably a 24, something like that. Great piece, great piece. All right, I had not played, I've had this for a while. In fact, was planning on selling it. Then I was playing it the last couple of days, had a few more days at home than usual. I'm usually on the road about 5 days a week. This is a Mt Vernon, it's a Bach Mt Vernon 7C, and I usually don't like the newer 7s because they just, not a comfortable lip feel. But this one didn't feel too bad, very deep. Actually quite a bit deeper than the 3C. The 3C is a larger diameter, but this is a much deeper cup. Nice sound, I think. And so we'll play that same thing. Very deep, much deeper than I usually go, but I've actually been trying to find something that gives me a little more depth, a little more full tone. Now this is an interesting piece too. Had it for years as well. This is a straight 7. What people would generally call a modified V cup. It's got a slight bowl to it, but not near as much as the C. And nice tone before we get into our more commercial sounding mouthpieces. I'll take it up a fourth just so you get an idea. Again, it's the Bach straight 7, no letter. Certainly an interesting mouthpiece. Okay, one of my favorites. It's a little shallower than the 7C. This is a GR, and it is his medium mouthpiece, but it's the M/B. And so they took a little bit out of the sides here and maybe deepened the cup just a fraction. Great mouthpiece. The GR, and I play it in a 64 MB. Okay, we'll take a minute here and just talk about the condition of this trumpet. Excellent compression. That's your third and your first valves. Really, Yamaha has got a great feel to their valves and pretty quiet. They use a fabric here for the top cap to hit down on, and it is considerably quieter than what the Strad uses. Strad uses a hard rubber piece. When I was working with this trumpet, I really liked it. This has got brass valve. It's what the spring rests on. I can't think what that is right now. But that's an upgrade, and I'm not sure if the present owner ordered that. It's not a valve stem, that's what they call this. But it generally is considered to give you a little more richer sound. And I was looking at the way they were made, very well made. If Yamaha is putting that as a basic in their Xeno, that really is impressive. Very impressive. This trumpet has got 100% silver. Really, I don't get many silver horns. I prefer lacquer. And one of the reasons is once you've dug in here, you know, like they show a lot of people to play, once you've dug in there with your thumbnail and you've gone through the silver, hasn't happened on this trumpet. That really is a huge detraction for most people. Perfectly sound. And sometimes you'll get, you know, the hand rubbing through here, and you'll get, you know, a little bit of wear there. But anytime you wear through the silver plating, it just, it's unsightly. This horn is 100% silver plate. Hadn't been worn through anywhere. But I think a mouthpiece might have got loose in the case, and I felt about 4, it's hard to see them because it's still, you know, silver, but I would call these dings, and I thought there were 4 or 5 right around the bell crook. And when you leave the bell crook and look down, you can see one here, and you've got just a couple of tiny little pings in this area. You've got a scratch. Not sure that'll show there. It's not going to show right now. Just a few little pings, one scratch. Where is that? Okay. You can see the scratch right here. Oh, you can see a reflection of my ceiling, but I don't think you can see that scratch. But a little cleanup with a brass tack, probably 30 or 45 minutes, and he could really have this horn looking just about brand new. Doesn't affect the play at all, merely aesthetics. Here's another ping or two. Yeah, just right along there you can see. Other than that, really nice condition. And as I was playing it, and I'll get my Strat out in just a minute, and we'll compare it face to face with this Xeno. But the Xeno's not giving an inch in its comparison to the Strat, to my way of thinking. Okay, going to use the most commercial sounding mouthpiece I've got. You could probably use this as a lead piece. It's a GR medium shallow. It's got their #1, so it's got their tightest backbore. All right, very nice trumpet. I think it sounds good top to bottom, actually. Okay, I'm going to pull the Strat out, and we'll play that same song, same range. Probably won't go quite so high. We'll try and stick in the meat of our range, give you an idea of the richness of this Strat. And this is a 37, does have a reversed lead pipe, and sterling silver plus bell. I don't really have a stock Strat at the moment. Got 3 others, got one with a bronze bell and one with a lightweight bell, but this is the closest medium weight bell, and we'll see what you think. The Bach Stradivarius first, and then we'll play, and we're going back to the Yamaha gold-plated custom mouthpiece, their 11B4, I think they call it. And we'll go right to the Xeno. Now, between the Strad and the Xeno, I would imagine these really dominate symphonies. You're going to get the C Strat, of course, and probably a C Yamaha as well. But fine sounding horns. And to be honest with you, I am really anxious to watch this video myself in a minute and think, which of those do I like? I lean toward Strads. I can get a sound out of a Strad when I push it just a little bit. It's a real bite to the brass, and I just like that. I really do like it. But I'll be honest, I thought this was such a rich sound. I'm looking at my 3 Strads and supposed to get another one in a few days, and I'm thinking, really? What do I want to do here? But we'll look forward to the vid. What's your preference? And we appreciate comments as well. Mouthpieces. Easiest way to change the sound of your horn is with a mouthpiece. And it's a lot cheaper than changing horns. All right, folks. Oh, I tell you what I am going to do. I am going to, in just the next little bit, I'm planning on, I've got a Scodwell here, custom horn, very nice custom horn. I've got a Jaeger, I've got a lightweight 43 Strad, and I've got a 43 bronze as well with a Blackburn lead pipe. And I'll be taking all of these horns and playing them along with the Yamaha, just probably a couple of mouthpieces. And I think that's 5 different horns, 6 different horns. We'll have a good time. That'll be on a video in the future. As for now, do take care of yourself and someone near you.